Greetings and salutations, you know who it is. It's me, the King, David B. We are live. This is the David Brewer Show from my car on 24 West, going to Minnesota from Georgia. You know who it is. It's that, I don't know, I was going to try to get into something like, say something like slangy, termy thingy, but I'm not a slangy, termy thing guy. I say slangs at this point in time just to make fun of people. But I had this girl in my car. I'm a professional Uber driver. I'm a professional Uber driver. Other people might drive for Uber. I'm a professional Uber driver. They should be happy to have me on the platform. Uber, I think I need to get paid for mentioning your name. And I should get paid a little bit more because I'm David Brewer, and this is the David Brewer Show. Now listen, I had a girl in my car. Okay, she got in the car. This is just like a couple days ago. She got in the car. I was supposed to pick her up at a spot. They're never at the spot that they're supposed to be at, right? And they assume that you know. They assume that you know exactly where they are at all times. So I passed the spot or whatever. She calls as I pass the spot. She calls. I pick it up because I hate when they call me. I'm just gonna I gotta go around the block. She calls like, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm." I give street names. She's like, "Well, that's far. You can't be there. It says you're here. Whatever." I tell her I'm right around the corner. As I'm talking to her, I'm pulling up. Right? She gets on the phone. Trying to look, salty or angry or whatever. And I'm sitting there, so I do the same greeting that I always do to everybody. Like, hey, I give them their name, like so and so. Yeah. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? She begins to say, something like, and she said something about how the pickup, like all the Uber always sends you to, it always takes you to this point. You should be here and whatever. But after that, it's like, she asked me about how it is driving Uber. I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool, whatever. Okay, so she gets on the phone. Okay, I promise you, this is like a scene out of Love and Hip Hop, New York, Atlanta, or something. But she gets on the phone and commences to talking to this dude, and this, one thing I hate. Let me tell you one thing I hate. Well, let me say that I don't hate it, but it just bothers me to no end. When guys and girls call each other babe all the time, like babe is the beginning of everything. Babe, 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 hey babe, hey babe, babe, hey babe, what do you think? Babe, oh babe, you know what I mean? And babe, think about this. And no babe, it bothers me to no end. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. I think you're saying babe way too much. If you guys are really baby each other, babe, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe, hey babe, babe. Every sentence started with babe. Like, what's wrong with you? Nobody loves each other that much. Babe, dude, babe. And he's, they're clearly from New York. They have New York accents. It's hilarious. And the accent is not hilarious, but how they were talking. Because it's almost like he didn't know what to say. Yeah, what you doing? Everybody talk like this. So she's like, babe. So my manager wanted to say, this to me, and to let these other two girls do whatever they want to do, because she's, or he's getting with them both. Of course, she says some curse words that I'm not going to use. And I said, they don't want it with me. They don't want this smoke. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she said, they don't want to smoke. See, I'm trying to change myself. I like to have turned around and cracked up dead in her face. And I want to say, are you for real? It's not people, are you really this serious? Like, are we on camera right now? But she said, it's like, nah, they don't want this smoke. You know, I'm sorry, I thought that was funny. You might not be laughing, but I am. I'm laughing all on the inside. It was crazy to me. I heard her say they don't want the smoke from her because, you know, she would, you know, kick butt and take names. You know, I gotta say it in the white voice, or just in my normal voice. Then she's going to kick butt and take names. That's the smoke. That's what the smoke is. But it was hilarious to hear that. And then she, like I said, they're saying "babe" after every babe. So he's like, yeah, nah, don't let them get to you, babe. Don't let it get to you. They can't really, do that. You be above that. You rise above it. I'm sorry. Sometimes people get in the car and they do some really oddball things. But that one is a pretty normal conversation from two people from New York. Hilarious conversation. She's giving smoke. She said they don't want to smoke, and he's trying to, calm her down. And she's like, they don't want me to be who I used to be. And he's like, ha 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 ha, yeah, they don't want that. So I'm listening to these people, like for real, like gas each other up about being tough guys. And I just think it's funny because, like I said, I wish I had a better. Script of what that was said exactly, but it was for real. I remember they don't want this smoke. That's just. It was right out of the book of Love and Hip Hop. What else? Basketball Wives. Pick a reality show. Pick a reality show with black women on it. It was funny though. But I realized because I had some white guy. I had a white guy in my car the other day, and everybody talks like this. Everybody has that type, boy. He's like, yeah, man, we do it like that, it's just how it is. I would think that would bother me if I'm glad my wife doesn't talk like that. I probably would be angry if my wife talked to me like that. Is that how cool people talk now? Is that the cool way to talk? If that's the cool way to talk, I quit. I don't need to talk then. Because it sounds silly. Can I say it? And it all derives from Paris Hilton. Don't get it twisted. Paris Hilton started this. She was the beginner. She was the originator of this whole do it all that. And people called her stupid when she was doing it, really. And then everybody started copying her. Then the Kardashian, Kim Kardashian started talking like that. And then, like I said, it caught on, and it wasn't just girls that caught, that Nicki Minaj. It wasn't just females. It became guys talking like that. So I hear these, celebrities talking like that nowadays, and then, who I was surprised to hear talk like that? Tretch. From Naughty by Nature. Tretch is an OG to the fullest extent thereof. Lokes on, I remember seeing him in a video or something, he was doing an interview. But, he had his Lokes on, I think he had his bandana around his neck, something like that. I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly what, but I know he had his Lokes on. But, Tretch is cool as all get out. I like Drake, but he's talking like this, talking like that, talking about Tupac, Big Pop. But he's talking in that same draggy, tired, rumbly voice. I'm like, Trench used to talk like that back. Unless he did, I don't remember. But I went back just to check myself. I went back to see. Like, does Trench talk like that? I'm like, no, that nigga didn't talk like that in the 90s. He did not talk like that in the 90s. So it's interesting to see people who were celebrities earlier, and how they talked and how they presented themselves then, and then kind of how they talk and present themselves now. Because everybody wants to stay I'm not going to say relevant, because everybody wants to stay kind of up to fashion, up to it has to be in fashion, in style. Everybody wants to be in style. I don't know the slang term of that right now, but everybody want to be in style, up to date. They know all the latest things, except for me. I don't care. I don't mind being behind. I don't mind being fashionably late. I figure it's my party and I'll whine and cry if I want to. That's how I feel. I don't know how you feel.
Are you crying?
That's how I feel. I just don't care. I will do that because, one thing, I am the king, and what I decree is what it is. Like frick and frack, yin and yang, arm and hammer, pork and beans. That's how together I am. There's been a lot of things going on this week, though. Last few weeks. Couple weeks. I haven't really been on since, I think the last episode was August 18th. And that was last week, actually. Last Sunday, and I was talking, I have I talk about Jesus. I like talking about Jesus. Yeah. So if y'all don't like me talking about Jesus, y'all get off my stuff. I love talking about Jesus. And I like to talk about politics. I like talking about black people and white people. I like talking about like race relations. But look, when I figure out how to get everybody to jump on this show, it is going to blow up to monumental proportions. But because I know somebody said, "Oh, you got to stick on one topic." Well, I'm like, Wendy Williams don't talk about one topic; she talk about celebrities. But she don't stick to one topic. A lot of people don't stick to one, topic, one subject that they talk about. They talk about a bunch of different things. They keep it to like I said, Wendy Williams keeps it to entertainment. I think she keeps it. But she talk about anybody, like whether it's from. I think she talk about anybody that's considered a celebrity. So you can be a celebrity in any genre. There's celebrities in every genre. You got political celebrities. You got television, movie celebrities. You got writers. You got interior designers. I mean, so it's not just one specific genre that you have to focus on. So I don't feel like I should focus on one genre. Although I like I said, I'm gonna talk about Jesus, and I'm gonna talk about sports every now and again because I'm a sports guy who talks about a lot more than just sports. So let's talk about sports while we're on the subject. It's not really sports, but it's sports related for the simple fact that we're going to talk about Jay-Z and his, foolish. I wouldn't say his foolishness, but the foolishness that's going on with Jay-Z and his comments on Colin Kaepernick, Marcellus Wiley, his foolish comments on the Jay-Z and Colin Kaepernick thing. It's just a lot of foolishness. So let's you know what I seen the highlights of the Marcellus Wiley. I'm thinking, Marcellus Wiley. That's Pulp Fiction. Look, this fool, Mr. Wiley from the doggone ESPN, one of the ESPN shows, got on there talking about how Colin Kaepernick is mixed, so he don't know the real struggle of black folks. He got on there saying that this nigga mixed, so he don't know the struggle. And he wasn't doing nothing until he got with this chick. So he ain't really about that life. And he grew up in Wisconsin. Like, I'm like, Wisconsin is broke, man. Niggas is broke in Wisconsin. I don't know what part of Wisconsin he's claiming he came from. But my understanding is Colin Kaepernick was born in Milwaukee. So I think he was adopted. It wasn't like he was, I think he was adopted. I don't think he, was, like, he didn't grow up with, like, those doggone silver spoon in his mouth or nothing like that. He was adopted or something like that, by white folks. So, and I knew people I grew up with people like that who were mixed race or black or Asian, whatever, who had white parents. Like, that doesn't take away from the fact that they're minority, period. I think he's saying stuff like Colin Kaepernick doesn't qualify to talk about black people or to speak on or to defend or to stand up for an issue going on with black folks. And my question to that fool, I got to say it, Lord forgive me, but is, what have you stood up for, nigga? You know what I'm saying? What? And I got to put it to him like that. Well, what issue have you stood up for? Being, I guess, having two black parents, coming from Harlem, and being a celebrity, what issue have you stood up for in the black community? Ever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about donating money to charity, because any nigga can put money in the collection plate. I'm actually talking about what have you stood up for as it pertains to one specific issue, a specific issue of struggle. Have you taken care of somebody's mother who has lost a son? I'm not talking about your friends or your homeboys either. I'm talking about, have you actually taken a national issue and been the face of it? Because anybody can be on the sideline talking about, oh yeah, that nigga shouldn't be doing that, oh he shouldn't be saying that, oh how you gonna talk about it? Just like Donald Trump's son, who's trying to say that Kamala Harris is not black enough. You gotta qualify blackness from people who don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got white people trying to tell black people who's black enough. And then we got people who, like Marcellus Wiley, smart guy. He's smart. He went to Harvard or Stanford or something. Smart dude. Talk about Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has never stood up for anything, for anybody. Yet, still, he gonna talk about Colin Kaepernick. Because he's gonna roll with the side of Jay-Z. Who Jay-Z looked like, Jay-Z reminded me of Jamie Foxx from Dreamgirls. At this point in time. See, Beyonce's wife, yep, she was on that movie too. So, it's to all you beehives. I don't give two flicks about y'all. But the fact of the matter is, because they say the beehive, if you talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z, the beehive go in. You talk about, you know what? I don't believe in internet bullies, so I don't care. How you want to get this smoke? I had to say it. Look, Jay-Z a fool too. But like I said, he's just doing what niggas do when they want to. Well, look, Jay-Z's is the billionaire, right? So now that he has that accolade, he has that notch on his belt, he can now get into the upper echelon of people, right? Of businessmen, and essentially that's rubbing elbows with the white counterparts who are billionaires, right? And to do that, you got to become a slave owner yourself. And this is what Jay-Z is doing. And you can say, well, maybe he's just playing. Maybe he's just, what's the word? What's the phrase called? Maybe he's just, the movie Con Air, when I think it's Ving Rhames' character, he was like, I can play house nigga for a while until we get where we go. Unless he's just playing house nigga. He's just playing house nigga. Until he get to what he needs to get. And then something is going to be different. We're going to see. But the way it'll look is that he is, like I said, I give Jay-Z, I will say that Jay-Z is intelligent. He has to be an intelligent guy. I give him all the respect as far as that's concerned. But to trivialize the struggle even more, like I said, to me, this is the issue that we have with black dollars, is that when black people obtain a level of status that is on the same level as our white counterparts, when we obtain that status, we have a problem with pulling up other black people. We have an issue with that. And a lot of times we push down and we frown upon, we say, oh, we can do this and we can be better. And don't trivialize the struggle. If you're in a position to do that, especially at this point in time, then take it, don't fight, help. Don't fight against who can actually help you. And every community builds up each other outside of black community. Black community is the only community that don't stand as one. Unless we talk about fighting somebody, then we might stand as one every now and then. But as far as it is building wealth, we just, a lot of black folks just I want to be the wealthy one. I want to be this, I want to be that. A lot of people don't help the way they should help or could help. So we're not, it's like, I donate to this or I do that, but nobody's actually trying to figure out how to, increase the wealth of the entire community. How do we do that? How do we maintain that? That's the question. And as Jay-Z is in that power position, he needs to go ahead and increase the black communities. He needs to help with that. I ain't say he's the only one. I'm saying he needs to go ahead and help. Not just be a doggone billionaire token. No reason. You got smart, you got there, you got what you got. Don't be a token now. You know what I'm saying? You got to where you were by doing it your way. Don't become somebody that's doing somebody else's way. That's all I'm saying about Jay-Z. I don't think he is. I don't think he. I would venture to say that he's not that type of dude. I don't know him that well, but I would think he has, more integrity than that. I think he's smarter than that. I just don't. He doesn't strike me as that type of dude. He just doesn't. So I'm gonna give Jay-Z the benefit of the doubt today. So I don't know you, JC. I'm sorry. I don't know you. What's his name? Carter. Sean Carter. Is his name Sean Carter? Yeah, I think it is. I don't know you, Sean. Hey, Puffy's name Sean too. All these niggas named Sean. Hey. Who else named Sean? Is 50 Cent real name Sean? Snoop Dogg real name. Oh, Calvin. No, man. His name ain't Sean. So I was listening to the Kevin Hart show on Sirius XM, and he was talking about LeBron James, how LeBron James kind of takes he takes hits for a lot of things that go on, and he shouldn't. Something like that. He takes a lot of hits for things that he shouldn't necessarily. He shouldn't take hits for it. All because his name was LeBron James. And it is interesting, to say the least. Interesting thing because this all stems from the fact that Carmelo Anthony is not on an NBA roster because he said some, I would say, foolish comments about he wouldn't want to come off the bench. As it pertained to a question that was asked, it wasn't something that he said just outright. He had answered a question, and that was basically the sound bite that they rolled with. So it made him look like he had an attitude problem, or he wasn't willing to. Okay. So we talking about how black people are treated. We talk about how the whole slave, being slaves and stuff like that, right? So this is another example of how a black man can say something, and basically, real talk. This is another example of how a black man can say something, and they take a soundbite and they say, "Oh, he got an attitude problem. He ain't, he don't want to work with nobody. He's not NBA material anymore because he's not willing to take a step back. He's older. So it's something like they didn't like what that nigga said. They said, why you call people niggas? I call white people niggas. I think everybody. That's why, because I can. I love it. It's just it's a word. Not necessarily. I think it can be used in a bad way, but I use it also in a way that makes sense. It could be like, oh, this dude could be that nigga. So, yeah, I don't know. He said, oh, what you call so-and-so that? Yeah, I would, yeah, depending upon what it is, what I'm talking about, and what they did. That's when you call that. Oh, shit, I'm flying down the road. See, now making me forget that I'm driving. Yeah, I'm driving like my wife. Got my foot on the pedal. Ain't think about nothing. Okay, but what was I talking about? Carmelo Anthony said some choice words, and apparently he's not getting on a work NBA roster. And I guess LeBron James got thrown in there because LeBron James was trying to say, "Oh, why don't you bring the Lakers or something like that?" Because LeBron James is basically putting together the Lakers like I said, this is what LeBron James has done. And this is why I will never call this man the greatest player in basketball history. He'll never be, I don't want to use that term, GOAT. He'll never be the greatest of all time because he has to amass these quote unquote teams. I don't even want to call them super. He has to amass these teams full of a bunch of all-stars to become, to make himself into, a champion. As opposed to just getting people from the draft and from free agency and just building a team. He's basically, like I said, doing the video game thing. We're just building these ridiculous teams with as many great players, as possible, so that winning is just inevitable. And that's kind of why I will never say LeBron James is the greatest of all time, because to me, the greatest of all time doesn't have to do that. It's just, the greatest of all time don't have to do that. The greatest of all time is going to roll with his team. Lots of Dr. Tuso Barrows. Michael Jordan, you say we're comparing to Michael Jordan, I would put Kobe Bryant up there. These guys didn't go and amass these doggone teams. They played with who they had, or how they grabbed the whole free agent market. The drafts. They actually played within what they had. LeBron is doing some extra stuff so that he can, to me, be considered the greatest of all time. And he's, like I said, it's just, to me, that shows his weakness. LeBron James is a great basketball player, there's no question about that. He'll never be the greatest of all time because he's showing his weakness of how you gotta be on a team with a bunch of all-stars, not just, one here or there, somebody that we happen to get to free agent. Come on, a bunch of all-stars. Let's do this. And even if you compare them to, like I said, the Golden State Warriors, who put together that team not in 1 year, but put together that team over a period of time. So that's my thing about that, is that the Warriors didn't just throw a team together. They actually put that team together over a period of time to win their first championship. Like I said, it was Mark Jackson who was putting that team together. And then with Mark Jackson gave Steve Kerr a championship team. But when Mark Jackson got originally, it wasn't that good. I mean, it was like 20 games a season or something like that, maybe 15 or 16. But they wasn't winning. So he put together that squad, he put together that team. And then Steve Kerr came put a stamp on it and they won. So I think that's how you build a team the right way. I don't think you should give credit for being the greatest of all time if you have to build these teams to win. That's why LeBron James I'll never tip my hat to him in that regard of being the greatest of all time. In that way. Good he ain't. But he's good though. No question about that. What's so dumb? Well, we got this preseason starting up, in the NFL. Got the Vikings. Vikings looking to sound. Vikings looking down. Yeah, I told you I'm driving, man. I gotta check on stuff, man. I ain't worried about what I'm doing. Shoot. The Vikings. who are might be looking halfway decent, man. Kirk Cousins just doesn't seem like a great quarterback to me. I'm sorry, not even close. We got rid of a quarterback who did well with our offense, learned the offense pretty well, had a good relationship with the receivers. And Keenum, we got rid of him and got the same quarterback who doesn't know the offense as well, who to me is not as they're about the same. They're about the same quarterback, give or take. So I really don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But this is what the Vikings do. It's almost like let's find the blame, try to place the blame the season that we lost on somebody, and they got rid of the quarterback for no reason. So Vikings, I hope that you learn from your mistakes, because I believe that case. Getting Cousins is a mistake. Now, unless he shows me something different, I'm gonna rest with that. I believe he's gonna show me anything different, because I don't think he's different. I think he's a mediocre quarterback. I think at best he's a at best he's a 3. I would say that. That's the best. Keenum, I would say, well, I don't think he's the greatest quarterback, but I think that he had, like I said, he was good. He was the same quarterback as Cousins. He just knew the system. And that's what I think with that is that's right. That's that knowing the system helps. As long as you know the system, what you lack in skill, you make up for it because you kind of know what's going to take place. So, it's like some of this election that's coming up. You know what's going to take place. Yeah, all kinds of chaotic crap that's going to take place because of this election season. Putting more rules, breaking more rules, I should say, for the Republican Party, but trying to piece this thing together. That's all. Road Trip Radio. So I'm going to sign off by now. I'm going to sign off right now. I thoroughly hope you enjoyed our time together today. I'm certain that I'll be back today to say some more things because I'm out here with, ain't got to do. Yeah, so I'm out here. On the road for the next, 12 hours, give or take, and that's what I'm gonna talk like this, so I can be cool like that, that's what I'm gonna do. If I did that, everybody will run me. But thank you for joining me on this episode of the David Burr Show. I hope you join me for the next episode. Saying, well, are you informative? You do this. I do what I do when I do it, how I do it, because it's done. That's how I do it. Ask me no questions. But we'll be back on another day, another time, probably no later. But I'll talk to you soon. All right? And for all those people who have these questions, I don't have a problem answering.
What make you a motherfucking king? Well, I can tell you there's 3 things. 1, my mother and father named me after the king. 2, I am a direct descendant from kings and queens, which means I am royalty. 3, because I said so. Thank you. Goodbye.
And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because He helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes, He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Hurricane get off the island. I'm the Sonny Rossler. I know every goddamn thing.
Didn't caution your tone, Commander. I'm a fair guy, miss. He is making me absolutely crazy.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I ain't scared of you. Or who we thought they were. And we let them all go. You can't have my cornbread, that's for damn sure. And if you try to take my cornbread, part 2 of my killing spree won't begin up in here on your ass right now. Think about my cornbread, taste out your mouth.